I feel this video has been long in the making because I really don't know why I haven't made an editorial kind of video for Breaking Bad yet, when I have so much to say about it. And I think I have a few unique things to say about it too. So, I do hope you do enjoy this ranking.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. 2 copies.
After the colossal episode of Ozymandias, this gives a slower look at the devastation that Ozymandias caused. Taking place over the course of 6 months, Walter hides in a cabin while Jesse remains a mess slave. This being the middle chapter in the last 3 episodes, it's the darkest for the characters. Before, after being knocked down to his absolute lowest point, Walter comes back for one final showdown. The pilot episode is the most standalone of the series, and yeah, duh, it's the first episode, but I do think it could be just a short story. When I first watched the series, I had no idea what it was about, and it was such a surprising and shocking thing to watch. I'd never seen such an outlandish but so down-to-earth show at the same time, with it both being funny, dark, and having a morally gray and honest story, which is my favorite kind of storytelling. Although I know this doesn't really count as a Breaking Bad episode, I just needed to count it. El Camino starts the second Breaking Bad ends, right after Walter frees Jesse from mess slavery, just like he put him there. Even though this feels pretty predictable and ends the exact way you think it would, without much tribulations, even though they did try with that one villain, they didn't see much more than inconvenience. This still feels like a good prologue and detox from the Breaking Bad ending, which I feel it was trying to be.
I'm slinging mad volume and fat stacking Benjis, you know what I'm saying? I can't be all about, like, spelling and shit.
Peekaboo is the most revealing of what Jesse and Walter's characters actually were as people. When Jesse breaks into a house to get back some meth that was stolen in an earlier episode, he finds a child in there, and this starts a struggle of Jesse trying to get the meth while protecting the kid, while simultaneously, in a separate plot, Walter's lies catch up with them when Gretchen comes back and learns of the lie that they were paying for his treatment. And in a confrontation, his actual real and selfish side comes out. Disdain for those above him comes out and reveals the selfish and angry Walter underneath. And I don't think this episode gets attention for how important it actually was in the series, so, you know, there's that.
Daddy loves you, I'm so defined.
Fly is the midpoint of the whole series, and it serves as a reflection to how far we've come. Probably the most symbolic of the whole series, which some might think of as meaningless, which I don't really get why as a fan you wouldn't like this episode out of the rest. It still has a detailed character analysis that the rest of the show has. There's definitely worse episodes that could be marked as the worst, and I'm just gonna say this ain't it. Anyways, on to what I actually like about this episode. It starts off with a close-up on a fly, while Skylar sings a lullaby, calling back to the season 2 episode Phoenix, which is later revealed in the episode to be the moment Walter wanted to die, the moment before Jane dies, and it's where Walter thinks everything went to crap, especially since it caused an airplane crash and Skylar's distrust of him. I think it definitely is the most important of the season 3, since the whole season it's about him denying and avoiding his accountability for anything, and it all comes to a head, and he forgives himself and moves on from the airplane crash, and it's literally never mentioned again. So I think this is actually an important turning point, one of the most important moments in the show, even if most don't think it is. Also, I didn't even touch on Jesse's side of the episode. Well, there you go. Sorry for making literally the worst rated episode number 1. I don't know. I probably just did it to go against the status quo. But still, better than any other listing which has the same 10 episodes where the biggest explosion happens.